Hello, humans. It is me, Fuzz. Yes. We're going to be playing some more Pokemon Violet. Probably actually a lot of Pokemon Violet, even though we've been playing quite a bit recently. So it shouldn't be all too different from, I guess, recently. But a lot more in the next week or so. Because I'm going to get stuck into the endeavor of playing through the game again. On the second file, though, I did start, just so that me and my brother could get the starters. And this will be so that I can get my own Koraidon. And as well as the other two Paradox Pokemon that is native to Scarlet. The idea in mind is I'll just get the ones from my game and trade it for my younger brother, who's already played through the game 2 more times. Which is quite alarming to me still, that he's already done that, and gotten about that far, roughly. The Pokemon I have here is in preparation for things, as well as I did a bunch of Pokemon Home stuff. I would like to train you. Well, there's a lot of Pokemon I'd like to train, but the Skeledirge is what's most important in this session. That, and I would like to finish the little bit of story, extra story that we found a few videos ago? Yes. Where we tutor our friends. The reason for the Latios is just so that I can give a move to the Psyduck. And that Psyduck I intend to evolve. Unfortunately, Psyduck's stats are not, or Golduck stats aren't very good, necessarily. So it's kind of hard for me to know how I want to train it, but I've figured out what moves to give it already. Already planned for that. Problem is, the attack moves aren't particularly all that great. But they fall in line with part of the strategy I have in mind for it. Shiny Golduck. I don't think I was entirely certain of the moves set for you, though. But its ability is very interesting and rather potent. I still find it to be a shame that I haven't been able to make use of it until, well, hopefully soon. Alright. I will not give you that. Okay. Moves I'm unsure about with you. I've also moved around a whole lot of other Pokemon, so over in this box, the soon-to-be trained, or the ones I intend to prioritize my training for, which seems to keep being overlooked as I just stumble upon other Pokemon and ideas in the moment, and then I just act on that at times. There's also this lot here. I guess I'll just picnic now. Picnic now. Okay, that should allow the Basque Legion and its young to have gained the move. My younger brother might be aware of this, but he won't suspect this. Not until he sees that I have a fully trained one. And even then, there's no guarantee he'll suspect it. And you need another move as well. Though it's from the Latios. But if I was going to prioritize one of you two, I think I'd prioritize the young. I'm more interested in some regards, even though I find the bigger one to be a lot cooler in design. I also would like to have you trained. And turns out in Pokemon Home somewhere, or was it in one of my other games? I think it was in one of my other games, that's why I didn't see it in Pokemon Home the other times. But yeah, we've got one of these. Yes. There's not a lot of room here now. My. Come to think about it, the Skeledirge have also got to give it a move. Oh wait, do I? I feel like that was initially the plan, but I kind of want to give it the starter moves. The notion of giving them all, like both of the starter special moves, troubles me because it takes up so much move spots. Especially when their signature move is another fire move. Not so bad for the... well, not as bad for the Typhlosion, but the Typhlosion can have Eruption, and with how rare of a move that is on fire Pokemon that are that fast and powerful at the same time, too valuable to ignore. Stuck in just about the same situation with this guy. I probably don't have the LP, though I did try to send some more over with Pokemon Home. Too much, not too much. My. We don't have any of this, and I need one for the Golduck. And unfortunately, the other move is this. Though, perhaps I should have checked to see if I could learn anything else that I couldn't see with the Pokemon database. In fact, I'm gonna check that now anyway, despite how I've just bought that move for it. Nope, nothing that applies. No. This was the other thing I was considering choosing for it, but I decided not to use this one. Oh! But no. Oh! Though it is a chance. There is something greatly intriguing about this notion. I simply must consider it. Problem is, it's a chance. Yes. A chance indeed. This instead of the chilling water. I don't remember exactly what I wanted to give you. I mean, something like this might actually be really good for you. Yeah, I've chosen to give you adaptability, paired with the speed. But I already have one, so I won't just give you one of the ones I have there. What else here? Substitute? Mayhaps. Its health isn't bad from what I remember, though it may not be particularly spectacular either. I just don't remember it being bad. Ooh. Ooh. But to do that, I'm gonna have to give you the dice. Relying on the chance is too obnoxious. Buffing your speed even further would make you quite intimidating in some regards, though not being a dragon type doesn't really encourage the notion of how powerful this move would be. So scale shot. Or where was it? Last respects, flip turn. That's weird. There must have been something here that I was thinking of and now I've forgotten about it. Oh, a substitute. But if you can't get your health back, maybe not a grand idea. It's not like you can send it to anyone, so it's not necessary. Another water move, perhaps. Yes. Yes, I don't dislike that idea. Now, a surprise tactic like a special attack? Or not? Probably not. And if so, maybe no. That's not a good idea. Not that either. Could make them flinch, paired with the notion of me going faster. Not necessarily a bad idea. I'll wait on the matter of what other move to give you. Yes, I think I will. The question is what kind of item to give you. Well, if I give you skill shot, it has to be the dice. I like the idea of giving you skill shot. I'm trying to remember how its stats were. If its stats are the way I'm remembering, skill shot will also furthermore help me to justify putting it to your attack instead of your speed. Even though it is a tad bit risky. Yes. For now, let's do this. And give you scale shot. You're not gonna keep this, and you will not have this. Even though having this isn't necessarily a bad idea, it's definitely powerful enough to leave an impression. I could also leave Wave Crash. No, because it's just too suicidal in this regard. No, we'll see if we can find a different solution to that. Do I have anything else I can actually just give it right now? Anything you learn naturally? Soak. It forces them into being a water type. Meaning Last Respects and Scale Shot would at least be normal on them. An interesting idea. I don't entirely dislike it either. It is just a bit weird though. Interstellizing you into a dragon type is also rather odd, ignoring the potential of using Last Respects with adaptability, unfortunately, but ensuring that Scale Shot will get a more powerful turnabout. It'd probably end up being my strongest adaptability Scale Shot that I would be able to do, actually. Aside from when compared to the Regidraco. That would probably still either be stronger or similarly powerful. I wonder if the adaptability still works for the moves that it's no longer in current classification of it being that type. Because we still get regular stab. Will adaptability still trigger on them? I don't think so, but I wonder. Until I can figure out something else, let's give you Soak. And the item is obvious. Oh, why is your stats already decided? Oh no. At least we can run around with you without having to be concerned about it going anywhere else all over the place. Yes. Though I suppose it is already all over the place. In a way. So it doesn't entirely solve the problem. I guess for now we can bring you along. You don't really need to come along. You're just there to give a move. I'm reconsidering the fact that I've given Slick Water Pledge. I kinda don't like that I've done so. In fact, I kind of want to switch it back to being more directly offensive instead of faster. It's nice having Slick with so much speed as well. If the critical hit happens, it might not feel like it matters too much that it's got the special attack. No. Oh, I don't think I mentioned it in the previous video where I was battling my younger brother, but this is the thing I was able to replace the Iron Ball with. No drawback, aside from how I have to use my item slot in general. But no weight deficit the Iron Ball would have had. It still gives the same amount of power, apparently, for a fling. But I haven't tested it in-game, so it is yet to see if it truly works out. I've also considered the idea of giving Pikachu Fling as a last resort of sorts, because while he'll need the item to be a use, at the same time, if he finds himself in a situation where he's definitely not going to be able to kill the opponent, but can't really just afford to switch out and let someone else suffer, sacrificing the Pikachu while throwing a last-ditch effort to completely ruin whatever's in front of them could also be pretty useful. Oh yes. Yes, indeed. But I'm still a bit unsure about the idea. It was just a thought. Because once it's thrown, suddenly the Pikachu will essentially be useless. The special attacking one might have more use for it. Because with Lightning Rod, their special attack could get buffed to the point where they wouldn't need the orb in the first place. Thoughts for a different time, I suppose. And I would like to change your ability. Probably going to give you Swift Swim instead of Damp. Damp just doesn't seem useful enough for me to be too adamantly trying to make use of it right now. Okay. For now... Oh. Wonder how much your material is worth. Let's go change your Terra type into Dragon right now, even though it's kind of an odd notion. An odd notion that may very well be very useful in the future. Hopefully the tutoring of our friends isn't as difficult as I was initially concerned that it might be. Is there anyone else who's itching to make its stellar Terror type sooner than later? I feel it's most important for those who I can't have their type compromised. Otherwise it leaves them too appallingly vulnerable. You. In that battle I had with my younger brother, the last one, if it did terrestrialize to deal with the Regieleki and then the Regidrago came back out, that could have been problematic. Yeah. Supervillain. Here you go. Now, running off to engage in the tutoring without any Pokemon that's fully prepped for battle, just in case something weird happens, would feel rather reckless. So I should bring someone. I mean, seeing how we just gave this to Supervillain, perhaps? Supervillain. Alright. Yeah, let's be on our way. think the main other things in this game currently that I've left untouched or have not sorted out all the way would be Snacksworth and his silly help, I suppose. And the potential notion of if there is a Meloetta in this game, somehow, somewhere, hidden. If there is, I must have it. Oh, they're still just right here. Alright, guys. It's time to begin. It's occurred to me that maybe it should not be time to begin. Why did it have to occur right now, though? No, we'll sort that out after we're finished tutoring, I guess, if I remember. All set to tutor the other Team Star bosses. Up to test bossin levels. I suppose we shall give it a shot, yes. Music to my ears. Let's lay down a killer study sesh. No, it looks like... Based on that, are you coming with me? Oh my. I was confused for a moment. I was like, wait, who are you? I mean, one of them is obvious who it was, and the other one, it took a moment for it to be obvious who it was. Or feel somewhat obvious. They don't look like the kind you'd expect to be wielding a bunch of poison types. Not necessarily, no, I'd expect more like steel or flying. Sup, gang? Studying hard, I hope. Well, we were before you and your big mouth showed up. Here to check we're not slacking off, are you? Pretty much. Your eyes start glazing over the second I'm out the door. Tell me I'm wrong. Ah, Lady Airy, clad in her academy uniform. I feel my eyes sharpen and my mind focus each time this version returns to greet me. If only that focus were helpful for your studies, Atticus. Sorry I keep distracting you. Oh, what is this? My ninja senses detect the presence of another behind me, Lady Airy. Come, step forth, knave, that we might see thy face. It's me, Fuzz. It's your tutor. It's me, Fuzz. You? What the? No. Why is this happening? Ah, I should have surmised as much. The strength of thy spirit precedes thee, as ever good fellow. Never mind that. Yakumo, explain! What's Fuzz doing here? Hey now, be nice. Fuzz, wait no, Professor Fuzz is gonna be your tutor. Oh, glad tidings. I am truly grateful to hear it. He's gonna what? Since when? You can't just go stomping around deciding things like this without asking anyone, Gyakumo. And you, we don't need a tutor. Do us a favor and toddle on home, would you? My. I mean, I didn't really figure that you would take this very well. Hey, Ortal? I'm still, Orteal? I don't remember, or, actually, I'm not sure if I ever knew how to read your name. Orteal. It has to be that. Unless, I don't know. Fuzz kindly agreed to come and help. come here and help us out. So talking to him with that kind of attitude is unacceptable, right? Yeah, no, totally. Sorry, Eri. Sorry, who? Oh, what I meant to say was, sorry, Fuzz. Ah, Lady Eri, in a menacing mood. What a vision of unusual rarity. Hey, don't worry about, nickname, I guess, in this case? Orteg. Ortega? Tag? He just doesn't want, he doesn't want you to see him floundering. Hey guys, we seem to have lost Millie. Melly? Oh shoot. Where'd she go? I'm guessing she fled? Is that so? This feels like she fled. I'm trying to recall if we've seen her in her normal getup. Who have we already seen in their normal getup before this? Because I feel like we'd seen 2 of them in their normal getup. No, they were still not yet in uniform. It was Gyakumon, the fairy guy, Ortega? I guess that's what I'll call him for now. Assuming I remember to. My. She fled moments before our arrival. She departed rather suddenly, and has not returned since. Well, we all know Mela. She just wandered off because she didn't feel like studying. I'd hate to say it, but I guess that's probably true. Sorry about this, Fuzz. Do you think you could go find Mela for us? That's kind of rough when I don't know what she'll look like. Exactly. Well, actually, her face and hair might not look all that different. Yeah. Shoot, but she might look entirely different. I have a hard time imagining that she'll look all that different. I'm trying to recall if Eri's hair looked like this before. I feel like it wasn't this color. Like, at all. Yeah, if that's the case, then she might be kind of hard to recognize. She'll definitely stand out a little, though. Amusing if she looks no different. Especially with those boots. She'll be somewhere in the academy for sure. Are you sure? We'll stay on standby here and get everything prepared for our killer study sesh. Sorry to keep relying on you like this. I hope you find Melly without much trouble. Verily, scholarship is... Verily? Verily, scholarship is a labyrinth. Thy guidance and encouragement will be most welcome. If you signed yourself off up to tutor us, that must be pretty confident. You must be pretty confident in your book smarts, huh? Why does a jerk like you get all the talent? You are the worst! No. And I was asked for assistance. I didn't just simply sign myself up for it, so to speak. Well, I did agree to help. She's probably outside. Well, I'm gonna check the system a little bit more thoroughly, just in case. Sort of, but not really outside. I'm trying to recall if they looked different in their pictures that were shown beforehand. But like I said, I find it hard to picture her head looking all too different. I don't see her yet. That better not be her. Hmm? Oh, great. So I can't zoom in then. Is that it? That's definitely her. Oh, I can't do that either. I can do this. Is that her? Her hair's down? Hi there. Wow. But it still stands out, notably. My, that really gives a very different feel. You look almost more like you're related to the person and not the person themselves. Or so it feels. Huh? Oh, hey, Fuzz. Mella? Is that you? Have we met? Yeah. This seems more reasonable. Seriously? You have eyes, don't you? Obviously it's Mella you're talking to. Alright. I guess I'm not decked out in my usual gear today. Ari made a big fuss about wearing our uniform for this study group thing. It makes it sound like you don't use the uniform when you just normally go to this school. I mean, like, even after everything else. Which is somewhat amusing, given those boots. So yeah, it's not like I had much of a choice. What are you doing here anyway? I've been looking for you. I came to raid your base. Well, I feel like that doesn't even contextually make sense in this case. Because her base isn't specifically where she is. I mean, if we were at the place, I could picture saying this as a joke, but in this case... Like, I don't think the notion would throw her off very much. I'd probably just continue on like this. Wow, what's the occasion? You itching for another showdown or something? That sounds fun. But not this time. Oh, okay. You came up here to bring me back to the classroom, huh? Guess time got away from me while I was admiring the veggies. Might as well get going then. Is it just me or she still walk like that out of habit? If so, that's a very amusing detail. Yeah, she does have a bit of a walk to her, which is somewhat amusing. It doesn't look anywhere near quite as odd without the boots on, but still. Sup, amigos? Melly, welcome back. And Fuzz, thank you so much for finding her. So, where were you lazing around this time? You know, here and there. Lady Mella, is something amiss? Nah, we're all good, right? The Dream Study team is here. Is all here. That's what counts. Time's a wasted. So I say let's hit the books. Take it away, Professor Fuzz. These three are counting on you. Right. This is gonna be weird, isn't it? Oh wait, maybe this is what I was supposed to do. I didn't expect such a dynamic conversation to begin, or so it feels. Yeah, how am I supposed to know this? I don't get it. Well, let's see. If I had to guess what it would be about just off of this alone, because I think to myself, most of the information was about Pokemon in a way where a Pokemon trainer would either know or could know. Even if it was just roughly. and they weren't bad Pokemon trainers. Therefore, if they don't know it, it has to do with probably something more like history, or an aspect of Pokemon training they just wouldn't get into too much. Or something absurd, like sandwiches, which has little to nothing to do with being a Pokemon trainer. There's too many different variable options. There's no way I could narrow it down as to what thing that is irrelevant. And given the nature of how the game is, I'm assuming it's not actually something that's completely irrelevant to being a Pokemon trainer. Which will feel kind of out of place, because like I said, they weren't bad Pokemon trainers. See how it's going? Back off for now. Let's see how it's going. Don't think I didn't see you and your smug face hovering there. You got some nerve. You realize I'm a second-year student, right? I'm an entire year above you. I'm champion here and Blueberry Academy. So don't go trying to pull rank on me, if that's what you're getting at. I'm not trying to undermine you or anything, though I am trying to help. Will you let me do that? Aerie says we need to let you help, so fine. You can try to tutor me or whatever. But I'll be shocked if you can get this literature stuff to sink in. I'll be a little bit surprised too, given how opposed to the notion you are. I mean, how am I supposed to know some made-up character in a story what a made-up character in a story is feeling? That doesn't sound like what I had to do. What is this made-up character? Let me hear. See, the protagonist in this book is the mom in a Mousehold family. Her name is Mama Mousehold. What the heck kind of... Well, I guess you did say you were second year. Though, in their case, that shouldn't really matter. In fact, specifically in your case, it should be the same stuff I had to do. You're not a second year because you passed the first year normally, I don't think. Well, actually, no. If you got held back a year, I guess it would be kind of that. So then, you did pass the first stuff. This means that it's all stuff I have not done, or should be. Okay. Mama Mousehold is her name, given to her by whom, I wonder, if that's her actual name. We're supposed to analyze why she calls Papa Mousehold terrible in this passage. Okay. Mama Mousehold's eyes glittered with tears. It was clear from the letter Papa Mousehold had left she would never get to see him again. Toying with my feelings, right to the end. You really are a terrible thing. She would never get to see him again. Well, the notion as to what they're feeling would be fairly obvious, would it? If I'm being realistic, with just only that to go off of, she could be feeling several things. Either all of them together, or a mixed match of several of them, but not all of them. Or just one. It's unlikely that she means this in an almost ironic or jovial manner. She must think he's terrible. Well, if it's... she must actually love him a lot. We can't know what's in her heart. In some regards, yes, actually. That is actually almost painfully accurate. Is what I would think initially, up to a point. However, one could reason that the fact that she still views them as terrible at all insinuates that part of her doesn't like the notion that she won't see them again in the first place. like, that it still bothers them at all, I would say, does kind of tie back to they probably do care, at least about the matter, even if it's not really so much them. But it's not really a guarantee, it just feels like it very much hints that notion, or makes it very plausible. I would say this, though instead of actually, it'd be probably, were I to word it myself. Otherwise, it's this. In an almost painful sense, they're all kinda accurate, because she might also truly think he's terrible, in some way or another. Doesn't mean that she doesn't like him, though, or love him, in this case. But I would say this, yes. Up to a point. Huh? So she calls him terrible, but she actually loves him? Why doesn't she say that then? Because that's... How do I explain that? I mean, I feel like I kind of did in a backwards way just a moment ago. Not that he can hear me directly. There's no way that that's the right answer. You sure about that, my man? I'd have thought you of all people would relate. What's that supposed to mean? Only that you do the exact same thing with Fuzz. You're always snapping at him and being difficult, but you actually respect him a ton, don't you? Indeed. What? You must be joking. There's no universe in which I respect this oaf even a little. Oh? All my feelings. I should just run off crying into the sunset. Then what would you do? If I did that, would you feel sad? Would you partially regret what you've said? And if you did, why would you? Nah, no way, nope. Oh? Let's just let it sit. Maybe you'll start to regret it right after saying it. Fine, okay. I guess people are tempted to say the opposite of what they mean sometimes. Sort of. Especially when you consider that she may very well feel that he is terrible in the moment, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't care. Or miss him. Or is sad that she's not going to see him again. This question makes more sense to me now, but just a tiny bit. Thanks for not being entirely useless. Well done, Gyakumo. Looks like we really are tackling this like a team, in a sense. I didn't exactly know my next move from there, actually. It's like, well shoot, I'm gonna have to explain the whole thing, but it's a one-man act. You came in there right away, very nicely. Alright. Should we tackle you next, or you? I find the idea of us trying to sort out your questions next, and then getting to you and you're just like, oh, I figured it out, to be somewhat amusing, but I kind of don't think that'll happen. Though I could picture it just being something silly, like you just somehow missed it. Though it's kind of like you. Considering it's like something you yourself do, it is a bit silly how you missed it. What I know is that I know not. I have fathomed the depths of my own ignorance. Ah, noble sensei, comest thou to proffer me a helping hand? Proffer me a helping hand? My deepest thanks. Mathematics is the scourge of my existence, in particular academic. Arithmetic, is what he was saying. Yes. I see. I suppose you don't necessarily need to know a lot of heavy math for Pokemon. Not really. Tis an unsolvable mystery. Though, if it's just simple arithmetic, you don't mean, in this case specifically, just addition. Or does arithmetic cover more than that? I think it does. Just trying to remember the exact meaning for the exact terms. But since my true calling lies in garment design, I feel I need not concern myself with numbers. I imagine even in garment design, there are areas where numbers could be of use, measurements specifically. Yes, I can't say I've ever just attempted to design clothes myself, though I have attempted to modify. Demodify? Remove. Cut away? How else to call it? I have removed things from certain clothes, yes. Not so much in the way of adding things to it. Though it wouldn't surprise me if there comes a day where I will. Not sure how, though. As I say that, I feel like I have upgraded some of my clothes at one point or another. But the exact memory eludes me. They have not to do with fashion, after all. In a sense, yes, I actually agree. Sort of. But to properly create such fashion, they could be useful to you. Yes, very much so. Unfortunately, I think the kind of mathematics that would be of use, or could be of use, are not too far outside my range of mathematics. That being said, I don't use the exact ways too often. No, you don't need... you'll need numbers. Yeah, I guess they don't. No, you'll need numbers. You will. Well, in making it. If you want to do a good job making it... I suppose if you're like a particularly amazing craftsman, which it seems like you already are. Oh no, that's so bad. Based on what we've seen, he's very good with creating clothes. If he's able to do that much without mathematics, then he probably doesn't actually need it. Oh no, this is not good. Because he is the special circumstance that I was going to say would counter this notion. He's already proven that he doesn't actually need it. Perhaps there would be a particular uniform or getup of some sort, outfit, design that he would like to make at some point where math could help him. But so long as he manages to carry on the way he has so far, he wouldn't need any extra normal-ish techniques. But if he intends to continue to broaden his horizon, he may very well come to find it useful, if he can get behind it in general. Otherwise it will continue to elude him, and thus certain aspects of the fashion he seeks would also elude him. Thusly, for such situations, no, he will need numbers. Skill in mathematics will still be of service to me, you say? I do not quite follow. Despite how I've chosen this path, I'm not entirely sure how I'd explain it to him, given how I myself am not anywhere near as grand when it comes to creating of clothing. I think I know what Fuzz is getting at. It's like with our Team Star outfits, remember? We ended up spending a lot of money on them. Well, that thought didn't even cross my mind. But I feel like that's one of the most simplest forms of mathematics there is on this planet. Because in a general sense, it's typically just addition. Addition and subtraction. you could have it multiplying, but it's not typically going to be division, from my understanding. And so long as it's kept to just those three, it's not likely going to be too tough. The multiplication one, well, you could even just pretend it's not there and just say addition and subtraction. For the most part, it would still cover the ranges that you need, financially, I think. At least it would for me. I'm fairly confident of that, despite how I don't create clothing. Indeed, we should. One must not shy from expense when creating jobs of great quality, or objects of great quality. I do agree, especially if you do have the means to pay, because you're going to need the right materials for what you're looking for. Maybe not every material you're looking for is going to be expensive, but sacrificing the quality, neglecting the quality of the materials you choose to use will overall result in neglect of the quality of the item you're creating. Or could, anyway. More likely than not, in some way or another. But we had reams of fabric left over after the outfits were made. Yes, insinuating that there was waste, essentially. I imagine that would have been unnecessary pain to have to endure when making clothes. Unless you're like an extreme master at some point where you just know the exact amount you're gonna need to buy in, I guess, the exact shape so you can minimize the amount of leftover material, then there's always going to be some scrap left over, I think. Probably. I mean, you have to cut away a lot of certain cloth or fabrics in certain ways so that you can match the shapes or make the shapes that you're looking for. And if you're doing that, anytime you cut off like an untidy end, that untidy end will just end up being a little bit wasted unless you find some other way to make use of it. My. Don't you think we could have saved more money there? Maybe. But only... well... future mathematics ahead of time may have helped you to save more money. Yes, that is true. That is true. But if this is how we're going at the notion that he needs mathematics, that's not quite correct, I'd say. Because he could just carry on this way. But it will pain him more if he doesn't know the mathematics. He could have saved a lot more money and thusly had more fuel for more outfits. I cannot deny it. 'Tis a fair point. Now that I think of it, the garment's dimensions and the cost of the materials demand calculation. Indeed. It seems he is somewhat aware of the other thing that I was mentioning, yes. And if it sells, and if selling one's creations profit, margins too come into play. A designer who pays heed to such figures and sums would surely prove the superior artisan. Well, versus one who just simply doesn't? I guess yes, but not definitively. Like that itself won't define how good of an artist you are. After all, being artistic isn't all about money or numbers. That's not to say that there can't be art in numbers, but it doesn't necessarily come from numbers. It will not guarantee art. Just, it would seem my thinking was naive. I had turned my eyes from the inconvenient truth. That decides it. My heart is changed and my mind is made up. From now on, I will devote myself to the study of mathematics. Yeah. Interesting. Merely needed motivation. It makes me wonder how long it will have taken him to eventually come to such a notion himself. Sorry, I kind of butted in on your tutoring just now, Fuzz. In this case, it wasn't irrelevant. So thanks. I'm glad it all worked out, though. Thanks to you, Atticus seems really inspired to study. To the both of us, given how we individually both said different reasons. Which is intriguing. He's the type to get totally absorbed once he's fired up. So I'm sure he'll be just fine. Rightio. How you doing? What you guys gotta say now? Leave the music to me. I'll keep a steady stream of old loft chill beats playing for you. Him saying that has got me to realize just how fitting it is that it's playing his theme. I hope everyone tries their best. How you faring? Okay, moving on to the next one. A tale of 3 Spidops whose brotherly bonds are even more tangled than the webs they weave. Huh? Another family sob story? Curse the fractional division. Why must I invent the numerator and denominator? Why? Man, this is hard. Huh? What are you looking at, Fuzz? Oh yeah, you're our new tutor, aren't you? Yeah, for now anyway. Alright, then. I was just doing some practice questions. Here, let me know if you think this one is true or false. You can get a new Pokemon only by catching them yourself or trading with others. No. How many other methods are there? I can think of 1, 2, 3 is a bit of a stretch. Yeah, 3 is a bit of a stretch, but I'll mention it anyway. Eggs. Someone could just give you the Pokemon, so not really a trade. Or you could just meet them in the story of the game, and they'll just join you. That's the stretch one, though. Not quite as plausible, but it is definitely a way that you could get a new Pokemon. That's true. That's false. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Can't go forgetting about Pokemon you hatch from eggs. That's true. Okay, next one. Well, she even gave her reasoning, so she's not just using me as a, I guess, threat detector for incorrect solutions. Though she is kind of using me to check her own answers on it. It seems like she doesn't really need help, at least based on that one. Okay, next one. What's the name of the gemstone that glows over a Pokemon's head when it... Oh, shoot. I think it's just the Terra Jewel or Terra Gem. It's the Terra Jewel. It's not that. And I don't think it's... It's not that. There's no way it's the Terra Stone, it's the Terra Jewel. But I wonder what she thinks. Terra Jewel. Am I giving her the answer in this case? Yeah, that sounds about right. I do agree, that does sound about right. At least by comparison to the others. Which is a process of elimination. Albeit maybe a bit of a whimsical one. It is a method that I use for things at times. It sounds about right. I don't know, that's odd. Some things just kind of have a way about them. You can just feel it. I guess maybe not everyone could just feel it. But sure, even those people who might not feel it for certain things that I feel it for. There's probably something that they feel for something else that I won't. Where they can just feel the answer. It's like it just calls to them. Yes. This being, I guess, one of those cases, plus the multiple choice is kind of what makes it so easy to use this method in this regard. Because even if the right answer doesn't necessarily call to us, I feel an inverse for the ones that aren't sometimes. Yes. As for the Terra Rock and Terra Stone, they don't sound right. They don't seem correct. Man, if one of them was Terra Hat, I don't think it would be correct, but still, it would get me thinking even more. I guess it makes sense, you know, about all this, seeing as you have your own Terra Orb. Oh shoot, wait, didn't they terrestrialize? Do they not have a... Huh. Shoot, that would actually be probably a fairly hard question then for some students. For most students, maybe not entirely, just harder than it would have been for me. She does have a point there. Not every student has one. Either way, terrestrializing is pretty awesome, don't you think? It can be, I suppose. It's pretty weird, but I suppose once you've used it as long as I have, it feels less weird. I still remember when I first started and saw it, I thought to myself, what the heck am I looking at? Very weird. Personally, I prefer the Mega Evolving and the Z moves, even though I found the Z moves to be particularly very weird. They were just so much more comedically amusing, depending on the circumstance you use them, that I was able to get behind them a lot quicker than the Dynamaxing or the terrestrializing. I really do hope that they bring back certain of these things. Like the Dynamaxing, I can picture that never coming back. This one, especially with the notion that Briar and I think it was Carmen, maybe even Kieran also, he said something about going traveling around all over the place to find details and things, and then when they returned, Briar was able to make the system so they could terrestrialize at Blueberry Academy and all that. Which does insinuate that Terrapagos had hit other locations, similar to Kitakami, I guess, maybe. Essentially, if the other locations they visited was of any help, that is. Then yeah. Which does insinuate that it's not completely implausible that maybe we'll end up somewhere else where we could also terrestrialize. Though I think it would be really ideal if we could do all these in one of the games. Maybe not the Dynamaxing. It's not that I just dislike it that much, it's that you need a reason to justify it, and the terrain to handle it. It is the most restrictive of all of them, by far. Because even if you could, the common sense might fly out the window, as well as every other piece of physical matter if you did that within a building, the size of a normal house. Only outstanding students get to have a Terra Orb all for themselves, though. Well, it has occurred to me I should say no more. Yes, this infiltration has worked smoothly, despite being very much the talk of the entire nation academically, almost. Or so I partly felt. Okay, next one. This has zilch to do with the test, but, I want to ask you something. Oh, okay. I don't know how to put it. It's a tricky one. You gotta promise not to laugh, okay? Oh, I can't do that. But I can try not to laugh. So, how important do you think dreams are? In which sense? Dream as in like a goal, an objective, a mission? Or dreams as in when you go to sleep and then you have a dream? I think the truth of the answer, I think, is quite horrifying in some regards, and it is that both of them are very important. But as for the dreams when you're sleeping, it's nearly impossible to completely tell when it is. And that's the scary thought. One day you could just have a really whacked dream and it may actually have some kind of meaning to it. But who decides whether it had meaning? Do you? Or some force you just don't see? And regardless of who decides it, who discerns it? You, of course. Unless you tell it to someone else for them to try to discern it, and that's by their own filters, and who knows what kind of answer they'll come up with. They might think it holds meaning when it might not. Quite horrifying indeed. Dreams like that can range from being happiest that you ever witnessed as far as things go, or scenarios, or times, to some of the most, well, I guess quite literally nightmaric things to have ever crossed your mind, or that has maybe never crossed your mind beforehand. And you gotta make sense of that? Heck, you gotta remember that? You might not even by the time you wake up. Not entirely. The meanings could range from abstractly unimportant, but still held some level of meaning, to something that might even be life-threatening or life-saving. So, yeah. I suppose it's reasonable to not act hastily or rashly, based on what your dreams say. In terms of going to sleep, that is, those kind of dreams. No, a dream like a mission or an objective, well, they're almost, how to put it, the most important, aren't they? Kind of goes along the lines of why one lives in the first place. Or how important your dream is to you. How much you yourself even care, or the reason for your dream. Yes, the reason for your dream more broadly covers that notion, I feel like. Like when you go to sleep? Like our future goals? Oh, I was confused when I saw it at first. I was like, why is this? I just remembered what she had said before, don't laugh. And I was like, oh, I get it. That's so messed up. I wish there was one that said both of these instead of just one. But she'll clarify. How important are your dreams? I imagine she means this. So I'll say this to show that I'm going along the lines of what I thought. Yes. Because I get the feeling she's not talking about this. She said don't laugh. Maybe she was talking about this though. Or she's just aware of how it could sound. I'm gonna go about this. Yes. Exactly. I'm talking about the future. What we want to be when we're older. That kind of stuff. Very important. Very, very important. I've got no idea about all that right now. It seems like you're just fine studying-wise, interesting, but you're really concerned about this notion. You've actually started thinking ahead, which is very important, for even one at a rather young age. In fact, I'd say it's a grave flaw to not. I mean, school isn't very important. I'm just gonna say it right now. Academics and all that, it's only so important. Especially in the face of the notion of your dream. Given what your dream is, I guess, or I guess the reason for it. Yeah. How serious your dream is. I mean, if your dream is something, say it's like something, how to describe this? Because the value of a dream is almost in the eye of the beholder up to a point. But if it's about something, I guess, more serious, because any dream theoretically could be serious, depending on how serious you take it. But I mean, like, say your dream was to help people. But what I mean by to help people, I mean like, what's a good example for that? The world nowadays doesn't feel like it has as much. Prospectively, say the world was at war all over the place. What if your dream was to end it? End the war. Bring peace, that kind of thing. Bring peace, yes, specifically that. That's a pretty important dream. Whether you're a toddler, or starting school, or in the middle, or ending it, or working a job, that dream is pretty bloody important. That goal is pretty bloody important. It's very serious, very important. Now versus that kind of a dream, or having a dream where your dream is something like, one day, you'd like to try ice cream. Just because you've never done it before. It's not that it's not important at all. It's not that it's not even serious at all, because depending on your circumstances, maybe that portrays to or hints at a much sadder life situation. If you're dreaming about that, if that's your dream, well, for one, it insinuates you've never tried ice cream before. Just in general. And for that, either it's just you just haven't tried it before, you just happen to have never tried it before, or you have a circumstance that meant you couldn't, or prevented you from either even coming close to doing so, or ever giving an opportunity to do so. So having such a dream could be quite serious and or important, but at that point some might say it's unrealistic. I say unrealistic feels like a painful way to describe it. In terms of how plausible they would be able to achieve it. Depending on the person, it might seem rather implausible. But there are possibilities all over the place. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's impossible. In terms of that, though, it's not like deadly serious, though. It's not like, I mean, if you lived for that dream to be able to try ice cream again, if that's all it was, like seriously, like trying the ice cream was the point, then, well, my, what happens after you, I'd be concerned about what happens after you try the ice cream, if you ever get there. If that was your only dream or objective. But on a lighter note, it would not likely be a super serious type of dream unless it was tied to such a sad background or scenario. Especially not when you compare it to trying to bring about world peace. Oh yes. Very serious indeed. Meanwhile, most of Team Star seems like they've really got it figured out. They've got proper dreams. Well, you like Pokemon, don't you? Why don't you just be a... well... no, that doesn't entirely work. I mean, you can. Essentially what you're saying is you have discovered something that has piqued your interest really yet. It's not that you don't want to be a Pokemon trainer at all, it's just that you don't quite see an objective, a mission, something to go for. While I understand, I don't think I've ever quite entirely felt that way. I mean, sort of, but sort of not. It's not quite the same. I've had my mission since my infiltration into humanity. So, it's never quite been that way. At least, not quite. I guess before I was given my mission. Those were better times. At the very least, it was for me. Even the veggies in the school garden are doing their best to grow, you know? Yeah, but they probably don't have dreams. Unless they dream to live a long and plantful life without getting eaten early on, or something along those lines. I wish I had their kind of direction. One that's basically set in the dirt. Seemingly obvious, perhaps is what she means? Decided for her? I mean, what'll happen if I never figure it out? What if I never find a dream to chase? Well, depending on how you look at it, maybe you don't need to chase a dream. Like, when you say it like this, it makes it sound like it has to be like a goal you're after. If you're already happy enough as is, which you don't seem to be, then you don't necessarily need to chase after something, which kind of defeats the purpose of me saying this. Because the very fact that she's asking this insinuates that she's not happy enough as is. She's considered it. Quite a bit, it seems. Honestly, I get scared just thinking about it. Fair enough. In some regards, I feel like that means you can truly perceive the extent of what it means. If it's getting you scared. You'll find a dream someday. You have your art, don't you? I'm trying to remember how much of an artist she was. Crap, I don't remember that detail about her at all. She has her art? Does she? You'll find a dream someday. With how much she's thought about it, even if she does have her art, I imagine she's already contemplated the matter. I'll mention it just in case she hasn't thought much about that somehow. This feels too whimsical, because it's not guaranteed. Huh? How'd you know I joined the art club? Shoot, I feel like we were told by someone, but I don't know if we were supposed to tell her that. Oh, wait. Oh, Penny may have told us at some point. Maybe. But I don't remember. I feel like we did find out this information at some point, but probably not from her. Well, whatever. That's just a hobby anyway. It's not like I'm going to do art to earn a living. It is a rather tough thing indeed. Wait, now I think about it, Mr. Dragon Browns does art for his job. Sort of. Dragon Browns? I don't remember that being what it was called. His name was Hassel. Yeah. I guess she viewed it too much of a hassle. Somehow Dragon Browns was more convenient. My. He always looks like he's having a great time at school. It's not like he's working at all. Exactly. For someone who doesn't know what they want to do, or I guess is in your position, I imagine what Hassel has is almost the picture of the ideal you're looking for. Something where you can be happy in. Because I mean, to put in perspective, if what you meant by a dream was a job, who wants a job? That just sounds like a pain. What, just earn money? Rinse and repeat, just work and earn money, that's it? At that point, what are you living for? To make money? There must be more to it. If you don't have it yet, find it. Yes. It must be found. It should be, anyway. If you can't seem to find it, then keep looking. I mean, no good comes from giving up. Well, all their life up to that point just to give up? That would be a waste. A waste not to keep looking, if you haven't found it yet. Yes, indeed. If I could do something like that, if I could paint for a living, that'd be crazy fun. It sounds like art is what you would like, then. So far. I suppose the only other problem that comes to mind for me is something that most won't like to hear. Fun isn't the purpose of life. No, until you can find what I speak of. I suppose it is definitely probably the next best thing. At least to buy time till you find the most important meaning of life. Oh yes. Do you think that that could be it? Is it really okay to call that my dream? I mean, it sounds more like your dream is less specifically art, but I guess almost what I hinted at before, to live and have fun. Instead of essentially work and slave away your life to something you don't really care about. Which not everyone has the luxury of the choice in the first place, which is part of the reason why it's so important to think about this well before you're actually working. Potentially well before you're even in high school, if you can. That's not to say you have to be already set and decided before then, but you should definitely be pondering it. Instead of ignoring the notion, I'd say. I mean, the quicker you come to either your decision, the longer you have to grind and get yourself stronger, so that you can grasp this vision, this dream. As far as I'm concerned, so what if you're in kindergarten? There are ways to attempt to try to get stronger for what your goal is that you had in mind. I mean, think about it this way, for the notion of world peace, like I was saying, if someone saw... What if we're speaking of a world that you only use martial arts essentially to fight? Only bare hands martial arts, specifically. But the world's still at war. Just martial artists at war. Barehanded combat, all that. Now, if you came to the notion that you wanted to put the world in a state of peace like that, then the younger you realize this notion, the better that you want to go after that. Because you got well more time to train and grind yourself to be stronger than a lot of the other people who have probably taken part in that world war. Though the only problem is you might also have theoretically less time in some regards, because while you're that small, you can't compete really. You can just try to get stronger and build a good foundation. Point is, it'll matter. The earlier you get started, the better. You just don't want to get started too hastily on something you didn't mean to really go down and do. There's the cost of getting started too early. Choosing the wrong thing. For sure, not really. I mean, for now, yeah, I don't see a problem with feeling that. You sound somewhat unsure about the matter, but at the same time, from what I can tell, it's at the very least the closest thing you have to what it sounds like. So yeah, I don't see there's a problem with calling that your dream. It doesn't seem like it would be a lie, and that would be wrong if it was. My. So yeah. You're right. That's gotta be it. That's my dream. That's interesting. This time it seems to have just been a one-on-one between me and her. I wonder if I couldn't have tried to handle her situation until I had dealt with the other two. It almost feels like it was going to be that way. Man, I feel like a whole new person. Thanks, Fuzz. Yeah, I feel like I understand that feeling up to a point. Well, sort of. Maybe not by her exact description, but... like a weight had been lifted, in some regards. Something getting you down. Dissipating, or at least able to make more sense of it. Yes. You continued to tutor Team Star for a while. Alright, gang. I'd say it's about time to cue the outro and wrap up today's study sesh. Yes, great effort all around. Does everyone feel like they've made progress today? Totally. I sped through the practice questions like a champ. I guess Fuzz wasn't the world's worst tutor. Oh, thanks. That's part of what I was concerned about going into this. Not that exactly, just around that level, you know? I can't say my attempts to teach people beforehand have gone necessarily very well. Admittedly, while I do feel that's partly on them instead of on me, I cannot help but think that my methods may have not been the best. At least not best suited to them. Yes. Well, I learned that even arithmetic can be enthralling when engaged with in earnest. Thanks to our esteemed tutor, I feel... Oh dear. 11? Enlivened. As a revel room, drenched in poison. Enlivened. I feel like someone's used defog on me, man. I'm seeing everything so clearly. The knowledge is just pouring itself into my brain. Oh, that's brilliant, everyone. Well done. It sounds like this was our best session yet. Come to think about it, how was Penny's grades, actually? I mean, as far as programming goes and computers and tech stuff, she's pretty much a wizard, but how about the rest of the academics? Is she any good at any of that? Now that I think about it, perhaps we should have spoken to her about this. It must have been thanks to your expert tutoring. Well, it was really kind of you to help us out. We prepared a little thank you gift from all of us. So here you go. Oh! I think that's the first one I got in, I want to say, normal gameplay. Getting it out of that machine didn't feel normal. It just felt super convenient. There was one we found in the terrarium as well, I think, though. Oh! Oh, hold on a moment. This might be very interesting. You know what? This kind of falls in line with the thing I was thinking about before I started this. Modified Uniform A, Modified Uniform B, Team Star Glasses, Team Star Gloves, Team Star Heels, Team Star Helmet, Team Star Case. For a moment, I thought it was their get-ups, but now I'm starting to think it's not. And let's do Team Star Pose together. I'll teach you how to do it. I feel like I've seen it enough after beating up every member that you have, nearly. But, sure, thanks. Oh, no. What? Guys, what are you all doing here? Penny? Yeesh, busted. I was just walking down the hall, and I saw you all in here. But that's fine. No one asked me to join, so I should just leave, shouldn't I? Sorry about that. See you later. Wait now, halt! Lady Penny, wait. It's not what you think, Penny. Hear us out. So what happened was... I thought you all decided not to talk to me anymore. No need for the hasty notion that they've abandoned you. Just because they're all in a room at the same time and you weren't. We would never. That's what it must have looked like though, huh? Sorry I made you worry. We just didn't want to drag you into another one of our messes. Our bad, Penny. Though, you guys make it out to sound like the previous problem was... yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Something along those lines. Because, I mean, the problem before wasn't just their mess. It was all of their mess together. They were all in it together. So, their logic isn't entirely reasonable. Though, I can... Maybe it would be better to say their logic isn't the best. Because it most certainly isn't. Wait, for real? Why do you guys get to decide that? That I'd just be weighed down by your problems. I'm your friend, right? So you should come bother me more. Lean on me. That actually makes me happy. Oh, Lady Penny. Hey, and if things get really bad, I can just hack into the school system and fix your grades anyway. What? That's a terrible idea. Desperate measures call for desperate solutions. Not necessarily a good one. Indeed. Yeah, isn't that taking it a bit far? I mean, friends, right? Sorry, that was a joke. I wonder if they are aware at all how much she hacked them already. I mean, considering she helped them upgrade their systems, it's not like she couldn't break her own system that she essentially probably remade for them. I was trying to lighten things up in here, but I guess that was pretty out of character. Glad to hear it. If you were serious, I would have had to pummel some sense into you. But about before, I'm actually a pretty good tutor, you know. So feel free to ask me for help with studying and stuff anytime. Lady Penny, we are honored by thy generosity. That doesn't mean we got... Does that mean we gotta get lectured by Fuzz and now Penny? Well, I guess there are worse things. Haha, careful my man. That was dangerously close to a straight up complaint. You can just come right out and say that you like the idea. We all know you're thinking it. Indeed, I need not even use my ninja senses. So childishly apparent are thy true feelings. What? As if you know what is in my head. You guys haven't the first clue about me. Try getting to know me better before spouting nonsense. You're all the worst. That's pretty harsh, but radio. Hey guys, I think we broke him. Well, at least none of them took it personally. It seems they understand him plenty well already. I wonder if there's anything else to do like that, but just suddenly there. It seems not, at least not right now. I would like to go see Penny, just in case she has anything different to say now. But, oh, that's interesting. All the EVs, or I guess a lot of them, did something different. Does it just make you guys moving around more? I could have sworn that some of them were moving around a lot more. I'm not even sure if all of these EVs were all out beforehand in the first place. That was a lot of outdoor time. Gotta hole up indoors for a bit to balance it out. I understand the feeling up to a point. Okay. That took a lot longer because I, how to describe it? I guess I just took my time. I wasn't really rushing through it. I believe it was more interesting for it, too. I certainly hope so. For those of you watching. Now then. I guess we probably won't get to fully train the, shoot, what is the Pokemon even called? Skeletorfish. Yeah, it's not going to be fully trained by the end of this video. But what I can probably do is finish one last thing, which I haven't done since the Kitakami segment, when the DLC for Kitakami triggered and we got our current outfit. Let's see about upgrading our appearance for potentially the final time in this game. First off, let's see about these new things we got. Huh. It seems to be Team Star-ish. I'm gonna say right now, that's actually not bad. At least by comparison to like all the other uniforms. I guess their outfits or uniforms aren't so bad either, but still not really my thing. Definitely not my thing. So this, or this, probably. Them shorts are a bit too short. It feels odd in this case. Probably, almost certainly, this. Yes. Now the rest of the stuff... I mean, the stores... no. The stores with their different things that they would have. This is gonna be odd, isn't it? Who in Team Star wears heels like this? Is this a joke? I'm just thinking about it, like, if I got smacked hard enough, I'd just fly out of these, slippers? Heels? At least that's what they look like. It doesn't seem like it's got anything to fasten my foot to them. Especially considering I'm wearing socks on top of it. No traction. Not much anyway. My. If there was a black version of these shoes, they might not be so bad. Oh, they're not really so bad, it's just not my style at all. Oh shoot, now I'm gonna have to figure out which shoes I was using. I think it was probably these I was using. No, it was not. That's what I was using. I kind of like this one. And this one's not really that bad. But I'm gonna stick with this until I go searching through the stores to see if I can find any better ones. I don't like that bag. I don't think I have any new ones here, so I've checked all these before. What does this make me think of? I see this outside myself. Makes me think of, or look like I'm some kind of party goer of some sort. How amusing. I think I'll definitely stick with this one. Okay, so we didn't really change anything. Leave without changing. Now then, to visit every style-related place in the game. To do this, I'm gonna have to remember where they all are. I think they're only in the main cities, so that does limit our chance of missing a spot. I've also got to check the hair place. Which, oh shoot, this is gonna cost me, annoyingly. Because I don't know if they're all the same, so I'm gonna have to check them all. If there even is all of them. This is one of them, so let's go. I don't remember Levincia having one. This might be the only one, actually. Yes, you better notice. Let's see if we can give ourselves a better hairstyle. Do I have to pay up front? No. Let's just start from the bottom and go up. A solid no. Nope. Oh my. That's, different. It's interesting. It's a lot more unique feeling. This reminds me of my character from Sword and Shield. Just a little bit. It's not quite the same, if I recall correctly, but it reminds me of them. Oh, this one's kind of intriguing. The back partially reminds me of my own hair. My. I wonder what that would look like if I was wearing a hat. Some of these hairs I think would just get essentially ruined if I was wearing a hat. Which I do intend to wear one way or another. Unless I can find a hair that fits just right. And it looks like we've hit the end of the different hairstyles. Because this is the one I had equipped moments ago. Or before, well, when coming into here. Unless one of these take a new shine to them, probably not going to change anything. I want to look at... There's two near the bottom I want to take a look at again after I refresh myself with these. Or remind myself why I have not chosen these. Depending on how unique the result of choosing certain of these hairstyles is, along with also wearing a hat, some of these might be kind of more acceptable than I'm thinking they are. Was it this one? No. Probably this one, but... It doesn't look similar enough. Though while wearing a hat, how would this fare? I wonder. I'm particularly interested as to how this will fare while wearing a hat. I mean, while we go to the other ones to see if it changes, trying certain of these might not be such a bad idea. Let's try this one and see how it goes. I didn't check if the hair is different colors. There probably is. But assuming any of the other places does have any different styles, we shall see. I'll wear it. Oh. How would you like to pay? Cash or LP? I'm fine, thank you, yes. Is what I wish I could say in some regards to them. But they did change my hair, so paying them is only reasonable in this regard. Part of the top is still visible, but it gets rid of the main bit, I think, of the hair that I didn't like. This is actually not bad. It'll certainly have me contemplating the matter. We'll check the clothes stores after. Let's focus on the hair first. Now to find another hair store, assuming there even is one. Here's hoping that none of the other towns, the smaller ones, have any hair salons, because if they do, well, it will easily bypass me. Gotta look for that stripy banner or bar looking thing, such as the giveaway to the notion of a hair salon in this game, it seems. Not down there, so we ascend. A touch too fast, perhaps. But I don't see it either way. Oh, right here. I get the feeling they're all the same. Will this confirm it? We yet to know. Let's check the colors. I don't think it's any different from the options I had before, really. Stick with silver. Alas, these appear to be no different either. So I guess we give this one a whirl. With the hat, it might be just fine. I don't like it. No, I think it's not good enough. It was almost, but not quite. It's not similar enough to the one I have in Sword and Shield. Or I guess specifically Sword. There better be one in Levincia, otherwise I'm going to come back here. The real question is, do I go back to the hairstyle I had before? Or do I do the one I just had a moment ago? Perhaps we'll go with that one and stick with it for a bit to see how it is, because I didn't dislike it entirely. I mean, so far none of the hairstyles have been entirely satisfactory to me. There's just been ones that were better than others. And this one is not a whole lot better than some of the others. Oh yes. Even my character seemed displeased. Oh, there it is. Quick! Undo this noggin problem. Are there any others that would theoretically be fine? This one would just be odd, I think. This one might almost not be so bad, but I'm unsure. This is roughly what I had before. Can you even have this while using a hat? I think they'd just be odd. If this had its way about it and also had some at the back, like more down the back, then it may have been the one I would have gone with, but I'm unsure. Nope. No. With a hat? Would this do with a hat? I'm gonna say no. It's a shame we didn't get the option to have the same hair that Clive went with. That would have been rather amusing. This might also be okay with a hat. This might even be better than the other one while using a hat. Wait a minute. Oh, you're just looking at the back, I didn't recognize it. Yeah, let's try this for a bit. Alright, now for every clothing store in the game, and I think they might all have different stuff. I wonder if just the right hat would hide the part of this I don't like. Perhaps, but it might hide too much. Okay. Footwear, I imagine. Not so. Well, these ones are actually kind of interesting. Remind me of some gloves I actually have in person, just a little bit. This being the one that probably gets the closest color-wise. Though mine are black, not brown. Oh. Yeah. Pretty close, I suppose. Not the same, just close. In fact, almost for that notion, it's cheaper than the haircut was. What the heck? For now, I will wear it. I mean, they're all just gonna be a refit of the same shape as long as they share this name. These aren't DLC, so I should have seen all of these already. Even though I didn't recognize them. I bought one of these, I bought the black one. Yeah, if nothing new is in this section in the first place, we'll just leave. Now then. Bags. Just bags. Triangle backpack. Is it though? I mean, it's not bad. Seeing it is, I'm trying to remember what my one looks like. Well, that's interesting. I mean, this one's already not bad color-wise either. It almost goes with what I'm wearing regularly. Oh. But the green's not the same. I don't remember if we've already seen these ones, but I feel like we have. We've definitely seen these ones. Is what I thought until I saw these, which has me questioning the matter a bit. I mean, for the style, it's not bad. I'll buy it. Oh, I did not want to equip it right away. I kind of want to get one of these as well. I guess if I was going to get any of them, it would probably be this one, though I don't like how brightly orange its orange stripes are. This one's not bad. It gives me a oddly retro feel. I think I'll buy it, but I'm not going to equip it. No, I might equip this one right now. I think that'll do for this place. Oh dear. What odd glasses. And the rest we've seen. I'll leave those be. I wonder if that's all Valencia has to offer in this regard. These are all restaurants, right? And this one I don't think we can even go into. I'm not sure what it is in that regard. Ah, another store. How many others of these are not restaurants? Okay. Shoes. Nothing different. Nothing different here, apparently. Nothing different. There's different stuff here, though. This one's not entirely so bad. But at the same time, I don't think I'll end up using it. Because it's not so bad though, I'll grab it anyway. There's only so much stuff I see in these stores in the first place that meet my standards. Another bag store. More than just bags, yet nothing new. I can't help but wonder, have I actually been into every one of these stores? Nothing new, but that certainly looks interesting. It's starting to make me think I haven't been into every one of these stores with shoes like this, though. Because this one I can imagine that they might have one that I actually like. Well, they might not. They might just have one that's close and then not. That's a lot, but the shoes aren't bad. Mayhaps a little too formal looking for just running around in the fields, but I actually don't dislike them. That costs a lot though. I'm gonna get them. And for now I'll wear them. Even though I might regret that. These cost even more. These look similar to the ones that I was using before. I almost like this one, but not quite. It partially matches my regular outfit, I would say, but not entirely. If only they have like an entirely, well, a stylish entirely black ones of these. It'd be very similar to the shoes I was using beforehand, but hopefully better. I kind of like these. I won't use them yet, if ever, despite how I've bought it. These two are also not bad, but I'm gonna leave them be. I don't like the thing on the wrist. That annoys me. I'll leave it be. Somehow the one on the wrist of this one doesn't look as bad. Is it just me? No, it's not just me, they're different. I can, and maybe we'll get over it. I'm buying it after all. Oh. Oh. How's this classical? It's tiny. Or classic. If it wasn't so unreasonably tiny, then maybe I'd consider it. That's actually kind of nice. Was the blue one like that too? It is kind of like that. It's kind of nice. Oh my. At the very least, if the brand is gonna stick their, I guess, branding logo on the bag and force it like that, at least it's something that doesn't look too obnoxious. This one looks fairly alright. I normally rather much hate that kind of a thing, but it doesn't look that bad. I don't much like this kind of hat, I think. Oh. I feel like that goes well with the hair that I'm using. At the same time, I'm not really interested in this sweatband, particularly. I used so much money here. Nothing for there. That's a restaurant. It's very shiny, it seems. Oh. I have a bad feeling about this. Is there anything actually interesting here? Oh my. Diamond? It's fairly cheap if that's the case. Oh, it's a diamond patterned one. I've been kind of wondering where all this stuff was for quite a lot of the game, actually. Yeah, if I'm ever gonna have to use any of this stuff, having a more interesting looking one might be interesting. Cyber ball. Okay, I'll get it. Diamond pattern. That has me a bit concerned. Diamond patterned, huh? How so? Like, I'll get this, for instance, and this. Might as well grab things like this. They don't cost all that much, and we'll see what it means by patterned. This is very expensive, but I'll get it anyway. And this. In my head I'm thinking, it can't be all that much worse than what I already got. The diamond patterned one though might be, oddly. Oh. Socks. Oh. For what they are, this is actually rather more interesting compared to, I guess, every other one I think I've seen that I looked at so far. If it was green, it would be almost rather convincing for me. We might be getting there. They ignored it. They missed the opportunity. That's a definite nope. Yeah, definite nope. Still probably a definite nope. It almost looks so different than the thing I was just looking at. My. Nope. I've seen these ones. Oh, this one's actually more interesting looking though. Oh! This one and this one are actually kind of interesting looking. I'm gonna say no. No again. Do they actually have socks, or are they all, like, tights? These two are actually pretty interesting. No socks, though. More shoes. Let's see what you got. Running shoes. Oh. are you now? You look fairly average, though it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and oh, that's not bad. That's not bad actually at all. The brownish gray on it, and the way of... I think there's a grayish bit for the laces. It's either the same as that brownish gray, but I don't think it's the same. That might be my least favorite detail about it. That regular gray for the laces. Though, as far as shoes go, it is another moderate candidate for something I would wear. At least it's not as bad as all the rest, so... Oh. Oh. Misguided's logo. My. Well, clearly I've already seen these. More hats. Oh. Wait, I feel like one of the other stores already had this. It has like the counterpart to of like one of the other ones we saw. That's interesting. Improvements, like you see that tag there? I'd want to remove it. Yes, such are the kinds of improvements I would like to make to certain things I have, or have acquired. Improvements that I have made to certain things I already have. This one's almost not so bad. Do they have a black one? They do. I don't dislike this. I'll buy it. I won't use it right now. Unfortunately, if ever. Fairly similar shape to a hat I actually have. If it was designed a bit differently, and the coloring wasn't quite that bluish gray, it would be very similar color-wise too. What's up with the back of it though? It says black, but then suddenly the back is just ruined by whatever... Urgh. Oh my. I don't like the top of it. This one makes it a bit more bearable by being something more interesting looking. But the furriness is not black. With these ones, it looks... that is so annoying. This one has the better furriness, but then these ones have the better top color. Though I'm not as fond of the furriness for that one. I think I could accept this checkered orange one. It doesn't appeal to me enough. No. No. It appears that is all for Levincia. Off to Mezagoza. Too much space to be able to run around in this big bloody town. My. Aha! Oh. Aw. The heck is that even for? For someone to like just run off? I think I've just found a location I didn't know existed. Oh! Come to think about it. Just I want to check here. I haven't been in one of these in a long time. You there? Hey, isn't that one of those herba something or other you have there? Oh, I can feel the inspiration. The recipes are making themselves in my head right now. Huff, puff. Those are some wild recipes I came up with just now. Give them a try. They'll make top-tier sandwiches for sure. Thanks to you, I was able to come up with all the master-level sandwich recipes. Thank you so much for helping me achieve my dream. I bet there are still delicious sandwich recipes out there, just waiting to be discovered. If you come up with any new recipes yourself, be sure to tell other people about them. I see. I wonder if those will ever be useful to me. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy when I can see someone walking around with their Pokemon. Can we even do that here? Yeah, we can. For some reason I felt like I couldn't. Love them. Love sandwiches. But this store's sandwiches are a particular favorite. They're also particularly not really known of. There wouldn't be any stores over there. So it's just... somehow have to be careful not to bypass any. It's a restaurant, I think. I feel like some of these gates were not open before. Even more so, I kind of feel like they didn't exist before. It's been an even longer time since I've roamed around Mezagoza like this. Oh. Oh, with very little reason to do so in some regards. Given how the stores I'm looking for aren't hidden in any of these hidden like locations. I almost completely forgot about this area. Oh. that's very valuable. Okay, we've been all over here. I'm hoping the majority, if not almost all of the stores are here, but it will almost not make any difference if I have to end up going everywhere just to make sure in the first place. We'll handle the center last. As for why there's 3 of the same restaurant in a row is still very much beyond me. I don't think I can get to the top of those, even though I might be able to. I should try at some point. Okay, nothing I'm looking for. Yep. It does appear like they're only at the actual center. Yeah, it kind of figures. They wouldn't have had anything up there. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Bags. Oh. How interesting. A bit small though. It's not very expensive, I will buy it anyway. I feel like this is similar to a bag I have already. Too bright. I'll buy this, but I'll probably not use it. Not now, anyway. I bought this one? Was there not a black one? There was. Oh, but I didn't like the grayish blue. I still don't like the grayish blue. Does this one have anything different? It does, it seems. My. What's different between these? What the heck? I guess I'll buy all of them so I can understand. It might actually be about coloration. Red, yellow, blue. Monstrous? I suppose I'll have to find out. Oh. Oh, nothing different. In which case I should have seen all of these already. Yet I haven't bought these for some reason. I'll buy them. Especially given how low their price is. Not my style. I don't really like it, no. Its coloration was fine, but that was about it. More of this one. Huh. Oh. Nah. Almost, but nah. I should check the glasses. Radio. Footwear. More running shoes. Oh, what's up with that extra detail on it? Couldn't it have just been straight black? An extra detail wouldn't be necessarily so bad if it wasn't like that. Oh, well, this is different. Looks like it's almost like it's supposed to be made of wood or something. That's interesting. This one too. I actually find these two to be kind of interesting. I'll get this. Oh, I did not mean to equip it, but maybe it's not so bad. Now that I've seen this one, I kind of like this one more than this one. I'll get it anyways. But I won't use this one. Not so bad. I will bypass it though. Another variation. But these ones are more bland. These ones are almost fine, but there's something about it I'm not so fond of. At the very least, these do well enough. I'll get them, but there's no telling when I'll use them, if at all. This one has the same problem I have with a lot of the other stuff. So if I go to the black one, look, it's got so much white on it still. Oh my. This looks interesting. This also looks interesting. And this is where I got the ones I was using for like so long, but even it has the problem I don't like. It's just not as big of a pain as certain of the others. At the very least, once this is all done, I should never have to really go back and do this again. At this point in the game. Paired with these shoes, this is actually not so bad. With the way this is going, the black one is going to be ridiculous, isn't it? It's not that bad. I'll grab it. And maybe even the brown one. Despite how I like how it goes with the shoes, there's no telling whether or not I'll keep it. I'll equip it for now. There's no telling how long that'll last, though. Oh. Hmm. What about this is green? What the heck? Huh. What's with that bloody obnoxious spot on the back of it? What is that, and why? Unacceptable. It's only the rim that's black. Oh. These are actually kind of interesting. They remind me of a Sableye. I think I'll get this, actually, but I don't know when I'll use it. It's a shame they didn't have a whole, an all-black one. They might. Yeah. Oh, it's not gonna... No, that's kind of what I thought. How disappointing. One last place for hats here in Mezagoza. Then we gotta go over to Cascarafa for the last shops. This hat looks, I want to say, the most authentic of them all. Maybe not authentic, just the best it looks. Oh, but this one's also not so bad. It is unlikely I'll use either, but I think I'll buy them both. I'll also buy this one. But I will not use it. At least not now. Oh dear. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Oh. This is not bad. Oh, this one's also not so bad. Yeah, I'll get it. But I'm not gonna use it. Not now. The type-related ones were almost not so bad. But they didn't pique my interest enough. My. Oof, to think it's taken about an hour to go through all these stores somewhat thoroughly. That'll be a little bit more than an hour considering there's still those stores in this place to check. That shouldn't take anywhere near as long as Mesagoza did. Given how long it took for me to find them all and be confident that that was all of them. Are these the same as the other stores? Looks like they have a different range of them. It's not quite the same. That's the same series. How's this different from the other one that I got that was similar? Not only is its logo not really something that I care much for, it's a completely different color, so is the base of the sandal. It's a no-go for me. Let me guess. Yeah. It's called black! Where's the black? Oh, on the part where I'm standing? If that's a black, what's the white one look like? Oh, well, you know, pretty much the same. For all aspects of it that actually matter, that is. This one is almost just fine. It could do entirely without whatever that writing is there. I will buy it, though it's questionable if I'll ever use it. Oh. Oh. Do they have a full black one? Oh, they do. That's not bad. I'll buy it. I'll equip it for now. I get the feeling they do not have a full black one of this. That is nice. Huh. It's not bad. The bottom's brown, but I'll buy this actually. And I'll actually equip it for now. Because I feel like it. Unfortunately, it's rather unlikely that the game will allow me to buy any boots that's anywhere similar to what I have in real life. This is probably the closest it'll get to something like that. If the base of these boots were black, it would be fairly similar, I feel like. Just not exactly similar. Enough for me to be like, yeah, it's the same, or something like that. Just similar. By the notion that they are both boots, and would both be black. Well, crikey, me putting on these boots may have not been great for trying to figure this out. Though it does seem kind of intriguing, paired with the boots. Or odd, yes. Oh, I almost like this. Paired with the boots. What an odd feeling. It's very unlikely I'll ever use it, but I will buy this. Because that one, it feels like it fits the best in terms of what it's seemingly going for. Huh. This actually doesn't seem that bad. I'll get it, but once again, I don't know when I'll use it. If this black one is nice, I might actually use it. Ooh, that's fairly convincing. At least for as socks go. Yeah, I'm gonna get that and use it for now. Tights. No, I think not. Well, based on the description, I'm gonna say probably no in the first place. Or its name, but I can't even see it with my boots on. Which at this point makes the boots feel like a grave mistake. I should probably change out the boots, as amusing as that was momentarily. Let's go with this. Yeah, this is the one I've been using for a while. I don't dislike it all that much. It would have been nice if the handles were, and that strap was black instead. Oh no, not this. In the end, I kind of like this one. Okay, for the rest of these socks. Not quite what I had imagined. No, I was right about none of them being what I'd want. Oh, this one's actually kind of not bad. I probably won't end up using it, but not bad. Could be a lot worse. My, the sandstorm I feel like is making it a lot harder for the game to process. It's lagging a lot more. That's not what I think of when I see mint green. The rest I've clearly seen, considering I bought them. My, that is a lot of lag. It really doesn't help that Cascara has like other things that would cause lag, like water. Well, I've seen all these apparently. Not that I remember this directly. Dress shoes. Oh. That is not quite what I expected. I feel like the red needed to be a bit deeper. I may have actually taken a liking to this a little. Oh, this is interesting looking. Also needed its red to be a bit deeper, specifically on the brighter part. I still almost want to get it. I think I will, but I'm unsure as to when I would use it. Well, that's interesting. That's not green, that's like blue or turquoise. Not the bucket hat. Black, but the orangish red pom-pom on top. Something about it, I don't like it. When I hear fedora, this is not what I think of. At least not like this. If this is a fedora, then I must be like a very tiny child. Like trying to try on their dad's fedora or something. Because it looks massive. And not really in a good way in this case. It's not that a fedora can't be large, it's just... It just doesn't quite... Nah. It just doesn't quite fit. Right here. Here we go again. Oh, let's grab that. That might actually be kind of nice. I'm gonna leave those. I'm not too curious. Restaurant. Another restaurant. Glasses. What an odd name for sunglasses. Nothing there. Bags. Oh dear. That's not black. That's just very, very, very dark green / brown. I was thinking I was going to like this one quite a bit, but apparently not. My. And the rest of these we should have seen already. Yeah, I'll leave them be. Hats. Another variant in this. I see. Oh no. These ones are actually kind of interesting, but still not really my thing as much. Heck, this kind of hat in general is not really my kind of thing. Oh. Well, this hat's kind of interesting. Yeah, I'll buy this. I'll buy this too, though I doubt I'll use it. Super expensive clothes, I think, again. Mezagoza didn't have one of these. Oh my. My. I think I've seen these ones before. I don't think I liked them. Oh no. Well, this is interesting. Too green, too bright green. And this white bloody strap. No, it ruins it. Oh no. Ain't nothing about this looks like a straw hat to me. This seems more like one. It's just the stripe, the band on it. Oh, this one and this one are actually not so bad. Well, just so I really don't have to go do this again, I will buy both of these. Despite how I doubt I will use them. Yeah, I suppose I'll grab this too. Oh. I shall buy it. Though I don't like how it's got its logo so apparently there. I'll also get this one. Almost done. The last store. Let's see what you got. I feel like we've seen these before. Oh. That band across the knuckles, I don't like it. I don't like the transition between the back of the hand and the back of the thumb. No, I don't like it. I should have seen all of these ones before, yet I don't remember. The heck is going on with my hair back there? At least I got one in all black, I'll grab this. Even though I'm very unlikely to use it. Oh. Oh. given what the dark icon is, this one actually almost works as a style to have, as odd as it is. They're all still pretty odd though. And because of the idea of snowing, this also feels like it theoretically work. I guess they all could work, but some more than others to me. Like this one just seems odd. This one, well, some of them actually work. There's more of them that work better than I thought, but this one just looks odd. This one also seems kind of odd. Like this one. This one's potentially the weirdest off the top of my head. I think there are helmets like this in real life. Oddly enough. Oh. Not bad. What's the green one look like? A lot worse. I shall buy this. I will leave it be. Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely seen these then. I'll leave them. Alright, and that's the end of that. So I think the general feel on this matter is I'm definitely going to keep my outfit the same, like this. My socks, I'm unsure. My shoes... If only they had an all-black version of this, I actually probably would like it a decent amount. Nah. This is almost just fine to me. Though I don't like the brown on the bottom. It stands out a little too much in my opinion. In the end, as annoying as it is, these shoes actually seem to work out very nicely. Still, I just don't like the white, the silvery white bits on it. As far as gloves go, I think I still prefer these. My bag. Tough to say. Because I kind of like this one. My hat. The leather variant doesn't look very different. So I suppose I'd go with the leather variant. I do kind of like this hat. Oh, it looks a bit big for me. Though it covers a bit more of the part of the hair that I don't like so much. Let's try this hat for a bit, I think, after taking a look at the rest that we collected. This cancels my hair entirely, near enough it seems. Same with these other ones. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try this. And I think I will use the boots for a bit. Hopefully the brown of the backpack takes away from the brown of the bottom of the shoes a bit. Or in terms of how out of place it feels. I mean, at this rate, I don't quite look like how I do in person still. Which perhaps is okay. But it feels like it's almost oddly enough getting there. Still not quite, though. I feel, in this case, it's more interesting to see my character's eyes. Alright. Yes. For now, this is how I will look. Until I get fed up with my changes that I've just made. If I do. Despite the school's wishes, I look like quite the character in a sense now. I'm gonna stop here, at least for this video. I'm gonna probably start another one fairly soon. In which case, we will hopefully be able to get the Skeledirge trained. And once it's trained, I'm gonna take it and move it into the other file, the file it came from. And it is at that point, where we will begin our second file more properly, with a bit more force, yes. Playing towards the end, I'm also going to need to bring over like basically all the Pokemon to fill out the Pokedex super quickly. It'll be important for certain progression in the story. The worst part's going to be when we get to the Blueberry Academy and have to once again create another team. Because the Skeledirge won't do at that point. Though a level 100 trained Skeledirge will help me get through the rest of the story. Once it gets to the point about Blueberry Academy, what I'll probably do is, with that character, I'll catch something there. It'll probably have to be 2 Pokemon. I'll have to pick out 2 particular Pokemon to train from there. 2 who will be good enough to beat Drayton as goons, at least. Because once his goons are gone, we can just Skeledirge the rest of the way. They'll be kind of tough to just have one anyways for Blueberry Academy, so maps having multiple isn't that big a deal. Oh yes. I did want to train another Hydra apple. That would do the trick. Yeah, I think that would. I'm not entirely sure how I wanted to train it. But yeah, as for now, as usual, it has been me, Fuzz. And you'll see me again next time. Bye for now.